from one of the loudest venues in the NFL. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Now Elliott. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Running on first down, Eckler. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 12. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
4th down and on is Ty Long to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 16. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Yellow. Attack. Watch the run. 56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. Watch the curve.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And going deep for Hill. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Oh, the return is Reed. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Get ready. Mike 56. Mike 56. Check pass. Check pass.
Here's Elliott. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check. Here we go. 15. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Watch the safety creep.
They'll run with Elliott. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch run.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Zeke going to get it on the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Mike 56 right there. 56. Yeah, that's what I do. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
54 Mike, 54 Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Zone out, slam.
Here is Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And it's complete. Henry. And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the option, here's Herbert. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Elliott. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And he will have a Chiefs first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. That's right, baby. Check the yellow. 48's the mic. Oh, you got deep?
Gordon. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. This is Elliott. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. You ain't going nowhere.
The give is to Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. He's coming. We got double up. 43.
Now Elliott. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go, Heavy. Yellow. What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. The Charger drive about to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I'm coming. Switch.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 50, here's Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Operating from the gun. Herbert, he dumps it to Eckler underneath. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Hey, tight.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Get that ball. Get that ball. 44. Mike, 44.
On the option, here's Elliott. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Fofo's to Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Zeke going to get it on the option. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Yellow. 44. Mike, 44. I'm coming.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Chargers going to get the football first here in this 2nd half, and they trail as we get back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball. Hey, watch it. Check back 54. Who that? 19. Check this out. 54, right there. 54, Mike. All day. Check 3.
They started on the ground with Eckler. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
That looked like a two-deep coverage, which we call cover two. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Forced out to us, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Herbert. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Now a toss running left, Eckler. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Herbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Right there, 54, right there, 54. Drop deep, jump.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
All day, every day, any day. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Here we go.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and they end up making the play.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd?
I got you, son. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Time to go, night.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here comes Reed. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. This is a counter play. Eckler. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Off the plate fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Max 50, Max 50. Here we go, dude. Check 52.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Again, Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check, check. You don't want now. Get in. Pick up the ball.
To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard.
Mike 48. Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
44. I'm trying to collect. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Let's switch.
Mahomes now on first down. That one complete to Hill. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check, check.
They go play action. Now Mahomes gets this one to Hill. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. 48 smart. 48 smart. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Mahomes now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
48 to Mike. On Sunday. Mike, 48. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 28. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Chiefs on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. They go to Elliott again. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. Bust through the tackle. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed, right?
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Chargers on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Herbert hooking up with Henry that time for the Charger first. Running on first down, Eckler. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The Chargers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Herbert, going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Herbert back to the air. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. On the option, here's Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Motion. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
On the option, here's Elliott. That one, a first down pickup of 8. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Kansas City, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.